we realized we actually never introduced ourselves properly.
Just to give you a bit of background to us before deciding to start MOL Portugal, I was working in psychology area for many years.
Before MOL, I had a good job, I had an amazing boss who was like my mentor, and I wouldn't give up the security. Of course, my other concern was also working with Rafael as we're a couple.
That's a big concern. What do you think is the most challenging part of our job?
Hello and welcome back to our channel. For those of you who don't know us yet, we are Mia and Rafael, founders of MOL Portugal, a property advisory company that helps you buy, rent, and renovate properties in Portugal like a local. Before we dive in, we kindly ask that you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It really helps us out and allow us to continue pushing videos like this every week. Since we launched MOL Portugal in 2019 and we started our social media over 2 years ago, we realized we actually never introduced ourselves properly.
So today is the day, and let's start with our slogan. And why do we say like a local?
Like a local.
Like a local.
Like a local.
Like a local.
Like a local. Like a local.
Buy and rent property in Portugal like a local. Well, I am a local, born and raised here in Lisbon, and before starting MOL Portugal, I saw so many times how foreigners were lost in so many details of doing business in this market. Simple things like identifying correctly the different floors of a building. Here in Portugal we start counting from ground floor, so our first floor means usually second floor for US clients, for instance. Two other major important ones, like how to identify attractive locations in detail to suit your specific needs and pay the right price for the property. Let's say that you have identified Lisbon as a location and then a neighborhood of Lisbon, but still this is too vague when it comes to making an investment and buying a property. You need to go deeper in that narrowing process. You need to know the area in detail, the type of construction, the demographics, the social patterns, and how it's the place during the day and also during the night. Our job is to be your local expert in the Portuguese real estate market and be at your side along the way so you can make a fully informative decision.
This was our starting idea and still the core of our business. Continuously, we help our clients to purchase properties in Portugal, working as buyer's agents. Along the way, we added general contractor service, interior design, property management, and rentals. All these services came by natural demand of our clients that here and there ask us to help in more aspects related with having and managing a property in Portugal, kind of forcing us in a good way to start offering more services. And we specialize all these services remotely. Just recently, we also added NIF number and bank account, and very soon we'll roll out more services.
Just to give you a bit of background to us before deciding to start MOL Portugal, I was working in psychology area for many years and had a burnout. So I decided to leave that world and do something else, not knowing what yet. By chance, I started to help my foreign friends to buy properties here in Portugal. Never thought about starting a career in this area, although I was always exposed to real estate, mostly because of my parents, and I had my own interest in it. I can say that real estate found me and not the other way around, and thank God that happened. I'm totally passionate about my job now and get excited every time we're starting working with new clients, thinking about their goals and hear them, and share my visions and opinions about how we can help in this market.
And I am originally from Beijing and have been out in the world for many years because of my previous jobs and my personal preference. I love to travel. I'm a very curious person and love to hop around the world to experience different cultures. I moved to Portugal about 6.5 years ago, and I wanted to settle down here for the very first time in my life. Before MOL, my entire professional life was in the corporate world. During COVID, I was home office like everyone else, so we started to spend a lot of time together. And I saw that Rafael had been doing his business and couldn't help myself to ask him about the website, business model, marketing strategy, and if he wanted to scale up.
Well, I had no idea about marketing and business strategy, and I was just getting clients only by referrals. I was really enjoying the work itself, the negotiation, the properties, and finding a good match for at first friends and later on some clients, but I never thought about turning it into a real business. But I liked the idea.
So I started helping out. I spend my evenings with Rafael discussing what we think the market needs, the client needs, especially foreign clients. Back then, I was already an investor myself in real estate. I loved flipping older apartments and doing renovations, but I always felt so lost during the process. So I started to add my own experience and my own needs into the discussion.
Only after we started talking about it, I realized there's a huge cultural difference when it comes to real estate. And all of a sudden, we found ourselves excited about the idea and started focusing on developing services as buyer's agents. That is what you see today as our buyer's agent service.
So I stepped in, working on this new idea with Rafael, and I was still thinking that I was only helping him with his business. Although he always tried to convince me to quit my job to join him, my answer was always no. I had a good job, I had an amazing boss who was like my mentor, and I wouldn't give up the security.
And this was all changed when one day Mia's boss left the company and she was offered actually a promotion. And facing the promotion, Mia decided to resign and join me.
So long story short, I decided to give entrepreneurship a try. Since I loved flipping properties already, so why not?
So here we are at Largo do Carmo, one of the major locations in terms of tourism here in Lisbon. And the apartment that we just saw is literally in that street. So it's 1-2 minutes walk from here.
Of course, my other concern was also working with Rafael as we're a couple. And
That's a big concern.
yes, and I was always afraid of working with a life partner side by side every single day.
Well, working together and living together 24/7, literally 24/7, it's not that easy all the time. Especially our clients are now wondering how can we work together.
Yes, because many of our clients turned into our friends and they always ask about these questions. Sometimes it's definitely challenging because we're very different persons with different dynamics, culture, and way of thinking. But a good side is that we are not afraid of looking bad in front of one another. And most of the time, when that happens, we just end up laughing together about the situation.
And action!
No! Give the phone to me. Yes, it's her.
We are definitely very different. I am very chill, very calm, and most of the time used to the pace here. And Mia, well, I think you guys can tell, she's a big city girl. Everything for her has to be quick, convenient, and efficient, which is what most of our clients also want. So at the end, works very well, this mix.
In Portugal, we deal with a lot of old properties. That's why sometimes you don't know what's really needed until you actually open everything up.
And from that moment, we officially started working together. MOL was born. We started to help our clients to buy properties remotely. This was also because during the time started, there was a lot of travel restrictions, but with all the technologies in place, we were able to support buying property remotely.
Yes, we're actually amazed how many clients need remote service. So they don't have to travel back and forth while fighting through the paperwork, the bureaucracy, and taking decisions without understanding the full picture.
So that's why, even after COVID, we are still mainly helping our clients remotely.
So it means that in the first floor you have a duplex.
A duplex.
And the
I love it.
We were just reading your notes, so you're planning eventually get a place in Portugal.
I really see our work is more or less like holding our clients' hands, right? And make sure each step is heading towards the right direction.
What did you think of your new home in Lisbon?
It's a great neighborhood.
Now that we've been doing it for a while, what do you think is the most challenging part of our job?
Believe or not, it's still, I want things done yesterday. And I still push our local partners to get responses quicker, make the delivery on time. I push for everything. I still struggle even after 6.5 years. I still spend a lot of time waiting. It's just how it goes. I still remember you stopped me from calling the listing agents during the lunch hour, which for me was very long. It's from 12 to 2 p.m. Of course, later on, I also learned a lot of people actually don't pick up during this time and they don't really call back. So I learned my lessons. And yours?
I would say that low inventory of the market is my pain point. We are a small country and we don't really have a lot to begin with. So sometimes it takes extra work and extra hours to find the right property and make it available for our clients. And also remember that Portuguese families, they hold a lot of properties without selling it. It's their way of keeping the wealthiness in their family. So they keep holding on properties even without using them, even without doing any renovation in it. And how about the excitement? What do you find exciting in our job?
For me, it's to find the right match for each client. After getting to know them more and more, we just know when the property is the right one for them. Also, for me, envisioning the potential of a transformation of the property, it's super exciting.
I have my theory that the property chooses the client and not the client choosing the property.
Yes.
What really excites me still today is the thrill of the negotiation, trying to establish the bottom line of the seller's side and getting the best price for our clients. I enjoy this process of going back and forward. Sometimes it's long, sometimes it's shorter, depends. Each case is a case. But I really like this part of the negotiation and I really get a kick out of that each time I get a number way below the expectation. After that, I just wanted to seal the deal as quick as possible and see the documents signed immediately before the seller changes his mind or some other offer appears.
Appears, yes. I hope after watching this video, you will know a little bit more about us and what MOL Portugal is all about. Please leave a comment if you have any other questions.
So thank you so much for sharing this journey with us. We will keep you guys posted and update you about the real estate market in Portugal and relocating to Portugal.
See you guys around. Bye.
Bye.